Hey guys, I'm here for a very exciting video, and that is to film my thoughts of A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. I'm so excited to talk about this book, but I also have to leave for work in half an hour, so I hope that I don't talk too long. I wanted to film this now when it's still light and not having to wait days, so very excited to talk about this book. I really enjoyed it. I have to say I did like Abbeyleec more. It's just from Akatar being so like, it was okay, but going to Abbeyleec and it just blew me out of the park. That was great, but then going into Akawar, it's like it was already at that level and it couldn't really get any better, so it's kind of like, yeah, and Abbeyleec was more character driven and this is more plot based, so it was kind of just like, I did like this book, but I just really feel that Abbeyleec is just solid 5 out of 5 stars. Like, I still gave this book 5 stars because it's better than Akatar, which I gave 4 stars, but just saying, I did love this book, I did love where it went, but it's just Abbeyleec is bae. But let's get into this book review that's going to have spoilers in it, so if you haven't read this book, don't watch this video because you shouldn't be spoiled, because this book is great. I managed to stay away from most spoilers except for 2 things, and that's good. So yeah guys, I'm really excited. And I got my trusty thing of notes, which is like 15 pages. I just had so many things I had to keep talking about and writing down in this, so let's get into it. I loved Feyre being in the spring fair, being all boss ass and bitchy, but I hated that it was like a couple of weeks had passed. Like, we didn't see the like start of it. Like, it was just suddenly she was there, and I was so sad because I'm like, Rhys and Feyre haven't been together for so long. I was so upset. And I love it too that Lucien is so in love with Elaine. Like, you can see it. He keeps asking about it. He keeps wanting to find her. Like, I mean, it's obviously the mate bond physical driving here, but it's just like, I ship it. I ship it. And I felt that Lucien actually was growing on me more as I read this book and as I got to the part where he went with Feyre when they left and everything. Like, that was great. And Feyre was a manipulation fucking queen. Oh my god. She got Tamlin so wrapped around her finger and he did everything, and I just, oh, I loved it. I loved it. And I love that Feyre and Rhys were talking down the bond and he's always like, I love you and are you okay? Like, when Tamlin fucking went ape shit and she nearly like, no, she died. She didn't die, but like he hit her all of that shit and Rhys is like, are you fine? I will come and whoop his ass. I will come there and find him. And I just love the little talks they were having. It's so cute. And I'm so glad that Feyre didn't sleep with Tamlin. Like, I was so worried that she was gonna have to sleep with him to keep this going, but I just had a feeling that she was gonna use like the idea of Rhys raping her as in like, Tamlin, I don't want to be touched thing, and I thought that was good. Like, rape is not a good idea, but I'm just glad Feyre used this so she didn't hurt herself sleeping with Tamlin and didn't hurt Rhys sleeping with Tamlin. Like, just And when Feyre undermined Ianthe at the festival and she's like, look at me, I'm all bright and blessed, and Ianthe's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then Lucien like knelt down, and then I'm just like, yes. And then like when Feyre was getting ready to leave and then she was about to go, and then she heard Ianthe being all shitty with Lucien, and Lucien's just there like, he's actually attached to a tree where she's gonna force herself on him, and I'm like, Feyre, you're gonna save him. And then she like ruined everything and had to kill those twins who I thought would be there longer. My part wasn't really that big. Like, they were these cool ass prince and princesses of Highburn and they just died, and I'm just like, okay. But I hated it too though that like Feyre thought that she fooled them, but actually they were like poisoning her with like this poisoning her with this powder, and they were stopping her bond. So it's like, Feyre, you're cool but not that great. They're like thousands of years old, but you killed them. And I do love it though that when Feyre smashed Ianthe's hand, and I'm like, yeah bitch, take that shit, take that, you are such a little cow and that's what you deserve. And I loved it too that Lucien and Feyre were bonding, and they die together and they're walking and they're finding out about things. And then I thought it was so bad when Lucien's brothers and that got Feyre and they were about to drown her, and then Cassian smackdowns into that and Azriel smacks down, and I'm just like, yes, they've got her and they have her, and they were so excited and they got Lucien, and I'm just like, yes, so keen. I love Feyre and Rhys's reunion. Like, I wanted some big empowering reunion where she just crashes to the ground and she wants him and he's hugging her, and I'm just like, yes. And I loved it. Rhys is like, my love, and Rhys missed her so much too, and you get that throughout the book where he's just like, I missed you, and I went crazy, and I'm just like, yes. I was just so excited. And one thing I did like too is when like Feyre got back and then like he took her to the room, and then she's like, don't you want to know about the spring court? And he's like, no, I want to know if you're okay. And then they like had sex and everything. But it was that was parallel, because remember when she came back to Tamlin after the first week with the bond, is he just wanted plans and plans and plans, and he wouldn't know about the Night Court. He didn't care if she was okay. He just wanted to know about Rhys and the Night Court, and she was so depressed and everything in that element, but she still, when she came back to Rhys, thought he would want to know, but he doesn't give a shit. He will find out later. He wants to know that you're okay, that you're fine, and everything's good, and just say, I'm so glad that Cassian still has his wings and Azrael didn't die when he got stabbed in the chest like that. Got me. And I've also written here sexy times count throughout the book with Feyre and Rhys, and it is 6 times. I feel like these two, like, just because they're now together, they're not like as empowering, and they didn't have too many big ones, but I'm just saying, I was waiting for the wall. I didn't get that. We were promised it in the last book and it didn't happen. Like, I mean, I'm kind of like face and smut is my thing. I do like reading it, but Akamath definitely had more of that smutty feel to it, and this one didn't, but there was still 6 times. I don't know why I made a count, but I did. I loved it that Rhys gave Feyre the ring, and then he has a ring, and now they get the rings, and then they're gonna be married. Like, I mean, are they married? I don't even know. In my Akamath reread video I made, I was just like, are they actually married or not? And now I don't know. We didn't get a wedding in the book, so they probably are married. Like, I don't even know. And Elaine is so broken. Like, she doesn't want to be Faye. Nesta doesn't want to be Faye. None of them want to be there. They're being bitchy. Like, Nesta, fuck man, she was so annoying for the first part of this book, because she kept laying shit on Feyre, and it's like, it ain't Feyre's fault. And I was just so against it, but I felt so bad for Elaine, because she felt so bad because, like, Grayson, who she was going to marry, like, she loves him, and then, like, Lucian loves her, and everything's gone a bit shit. And I hated it too when Amren was like, oh my god, you sound like Tamlin, when Feyre wanted to protect them, and everyone's like, bitch, what do you say to our high lady? Like, we will get you, like, I loved it. Moore's like, don't even, what is that bullshit? Say you're sorry. And Feyre's just like, you're right, man, I don't want to be like him. And you're saying the time that Feyre spent at the Spring Court, I felt like was just a bit too rushed. Like, I thought that should have been a bit longer, like not half the book, but just a bit longer. Oh my god, too, when Rhys like said something about Nesta and Feyre snapped at him, and Rhys is like, oh, okay, a bit upset. I was just like, lol. And I love the later here is like, you know, I'm really sorry about that. Rhys is like, you can snap at me whenever you want. You can bloody beat the shit out of me. You can do whatever. We are, hi, lord and lady, you're my equal. If you're gonna snap at me, or if I snap at you, it's okay. Feyre's like, I don't want to snap at each other in public. We want to be united for at least a couple of years. And I'm just like, yes. 2, I really loved it when Cassian was angry at Feyre because she left, because it was just like what Rhys did, and he was gone for 50 years. Like, he loves Feyre like his family so much, and they were all so worried, and Rhys was worried, and I was so upset, but I just loved it that he was just like, you're my high lady, like, you never told us. Everything would have been different if you told us. We could have protected you. We could have done something. And I'm just like, I actually just love so much that Lucian left with Feyre, and he actually loves Valeris, and he's like, yeah, I'll stay, I'll be here, Tamlin's a douche, my family's a douche, everyone's a douche, sure, let's do this. I was really feeling like Cassian and Nesta's relationship at the beginning. Like, I mean, like in the last book, I feel it was gonna happen. Like, I feel like a mate bomb will probably snap into them in the future, but she was just so annoying. But Cassian can like kind of deal with that shit, so I think they would make a good relationship. Same as like Elaine and Lucian would make a good relationship. Just everything relationship sort of didn't happen except for Faceand though, and I'm just dying, and I'm like, what the hell? And I love that Feyre wants to let her fly, but she sucks at it, but then she did end up using wings, and she flew, and everything's alright, but I love that she's using her wings, and I'm like, yes girl. Also, the library that is a safe haven for women who have been assaulted, like, Rhys, can you get any better? Can you get any better? I love the bone carver, and I love that the little boy that he looks like is like gonna be their son, and I love the moment where Rhys is like, oh, can you show me? And Feyre's like, look at that little son, look at that son boy. I'm just like, yes, yes. Oh my god, too, is this like a talk when he was talking about that Fae warrior who like tried to get the gods and all that out of the world, and like her bloodlines ended and everything? Is that Aelin? Like, I mean, Sarah J. Maas always says that there's parallels between these worlds and they're in the same greater universe. So does that mean that Throne of Glass happened before A Court of Thorns and Roses? Like, is that who it is? And are these gods and goddesses? And is Amren some god from that world? And I don't know. Like, I just want to know where everything relates, because it's killing me. I also wanted to know what Nesta is, but she's now like a goddess of death or something. Like, she's like, her power is death, which is pretty cool. Another thing, I love it that Rhys is actually so like feminine. Like, he helps Feyre do her hair and shit. I'm just like, lol, put that crown on her, find her a pretty dress. You are so much more feminine than Feyre is. I loved it though that when they went back to the Court of Nightmares and Feyre is like sitting on the throne and everyone's like, oh shit, she's not the whore, she's the high lady. I was just like, yes. And oh my god, I hated that Rhys is gonna let the Court of Nightmares into the into Valeris and how sad Moore was, and I'm just like, fuck you, man, that's just moo. That's me. Like, I still love you, but I feel so bad about that. And she was so crushed in the argument afterwards, like there was cracks showing in the inner circle, but they're still gonna be together. But I was just like, no, that is wrong. That's wrong. And another question I asked teacher was crazy, like she needs to snap out of this batshit thing that's going on with her. But I guess that she could see the future, and she is a seer. She saw everything coming, and she's just kind of got this like whimsical weirdness happening with her. But like once everyone realized she was a seer, she's kind of getting out of it. Like I feel she still has a long way to go with being able to accept being Fae and everything, but I guess she was a seer. I win. And again, what is Amram? We never know her name. Like, what is this? I just want to know the names of these people and know who they are. Like, I mean, she is like a goddess of something, but she had to be in a different world and come here and everything. But I want to know what she is. Like, is she a goddess that we know from Throne of Glass? Like, I don't know. I want to know, but I don't know. And I hated that Rhys every moment was just like, I will sacrifice myself, I will die, no one's gonna do anything, it's me, I'm gonna die, I did the thing with Amarantha, I did this. It's like, no, you let people help you, okay, Rhys? You let people fucking help you. That's what you do. And also, this book finally got some diversity. Like, people have been getting on Sarah J Maas so hard. Like, I don't really care. Like, I know diversity is a good thing, but not every series, not every book has it. Why aren't people yelling at those authors? Like, why is it just Sarah J Maas that everyone yells at? But there was 4 circumstances of diversity of LGBTQT in this book that I thought was really great. Like, the first one was of Nefeli and her female lover, and I really liked that Azrael like told Favor that story, and we learned about that. Like, that was really good diversity. And there's a few more that I'll go to as I like go through, but I like listed them down every time. And oh my god, I loved it too. Like, when those ravens attacked and like Feyre and Nesta are fucking running around the library, and Nesta's like, you save me, and the Feyre like goes and makes a bargain with that demon thing down the hole, and it's like, oh my god, shit's getting intense. And then Rhys comes in and everyone gets in, and it's just like, what the hell is going on? I loved it. And the attack on the summer court was so awful. Like, there's so many attacks happening at that place. Like, why the summer court? Why keep ruining them? And I love that Moore and Feyre were really good at fighting, and I still feel like we never got to see Moore completely unleashed upon the world. Like, I wanted to see more of her fighting and like, I wanted more of her powers and shit, and it didn't happen. But I was so sad too that when they helped Tarquin's like, just leave, I hate you guys, like the blood rubies, bitch, just leave. And I'm just like, Tarquin, please don't do this. And again, Rhys is feeling guilt over everything. It's just like, let it go. Let it go. Just be happy and lovely like you normally are, bae. And I just love too that Feyre and Rhys have such a strong relationship, and they keep growing and building and working off each other, and they were epic level equals, okay? They are epic level equals, and I just love everything. Oh my god though, the meeting with those High Lords was epic. And again, diversity with Thesan, who is the Lord of the Dawn Court, having a male lover, and I'm like, yes babe, yes, another one. We have another male lover. I'm so keen, so keen. But literally, what the fuck is Tamlin doing there? Like, the fuck was that? He just kept throwing shit about them, Feyre and Rhys sleeping together, about her being a slut, a whore, and Rhys is just sitting there like, you just keep going, mate. I will fucking silence you. I will end you. Like, seriously, like, he's been jilted and having a temper tantrum, and it's just like, mate, stop. Everyone is cringing at you, Tamlin. No, I was waiting for a big snap in the meeting, and I loved it when bloody Azrael like went at Eris, and it's just like, yeah mate, and like Guy Baron, like, fuck that guy, he is so annoying. And him and Tamlin were just not stop insulting everyone, and I'm just like, stop it, just kill them already. I love when Feyre lost control and like nearly fucking killed Baron, and she like chucked him up, and everyone was like, Feyre, don't show the powers, and Inner Self going, Feyre, show them powers. And I'm just like, yes. I mean, she could just like wipe them all out. I'm just like, mate. And 6 out of 7 High Lords agreed to it. Baron, fuck you. Tamlin, fuck you. But he agreed. But like, still, fuck you. It's just like, it's such an intense meeting. Hellion is the best, and he wears a mask as well. Like, he pretends to be this brooding guy, and he comes in big all like, hey bitches, what's up? And I'm just like, yes. And again, diversity, he beds males and females, and mostly at the same time. And I'm just like, yes. And I love that he just wants to have like a foursome with the Inner Circle, and I'm just like, oh my god. And just the banter and the humor with him, and he does actually bed more, and I was like, it's happening. But like, Azrael, man, you gotta be with them, but like, Jim. And you know what shocked me the most is that Hellion is Lucian's father. Like, it doesn't fucking change anything at all, but it's like, what is this shit? I didn't see that coming, and I love that means that like the Lady of Autumn was like having an affair with Hellion, and I'm like, I love it, love it. When the wall came down though, I felt my heart break, and I was like, no, this is the beginning of the end. It's coming. The end is coming. And I didn't see Jurian not being a bad guy. Like, he still annoys me. Like, I mean, he still stabbed Azrael and nearly killed everyone, but he's like, wasn't crazy. Like, he's adding that element, and he's helping the humans. Like, he's still annoying me. but he kind of got better. He kind of redeemed himself a tad. And then Tamlin ran back to the High Lord like a little bitch, and I was like, mate, what are you doing? Like, I mean, he's so annoying. And Grayson, oh my god, how he acted around Elaine when they went to go ask for help, it was just like, kill him. Get rid of this bitch, fillet the bitch, get him gone, get him gone. And then another attack at the Summer Court happened, and I was just like, what even? Like, I hate it. Why is it just the Summer Court? And they got all the warriors and the dead, and everyone came to aid, and it was just like, yeah, thank god. When they were talking this shit about Feyre having to die and nullify the cauldron, I'm like, Fairy can't die. She can't die. I mean, she didn't, but like, and oh my god, the cereal came back. I was so sad when he died. I was like, babe, you were the ultimate face and shipper and you dead. I just love that Fairy like helped him, like he died, but she like stayed with him and held him while he died. And I'm just like, and then the Weaver killed Ianthe, and I'm like, yeah, fuck that bitch. Fuck her. I'm just so glad Ianthe died. I was just like, that's what you get. That is what you get. And literally, the one thing I hated too is Sarah J. kept stringing it along that Cassie may die. There was at least 4 times. Like, he got his whole chest ripped open and his stomach was out, and then he didn't die. And then his wings got shredded, and then he didn't die. And then something else happened, like when the bomb went off and he didn't die. Like, seriously, she kept stringing it along so much and he didn't die. And I was like, just make it happen or don't do that again, because I was so worried, and it was not fun just thinking he's gonna die. Like, I mean, she didn't go far enough with that shit. And then they found the army, and then the army moved, and then they had this big battle, and all this shit was going on. Like, seriously. Harry and Amren, when he just went and kissed her, and then she just wrapped him and jumped up and they left, and everyone's like, awkward, okay, that happened. And I like too that only Feyre, Nesta, and Amren and Elaine can hear the cauldron, because everyone's like kind of getting up and they're like, this sun though, let me just move back a bit, let me just get that a bit out of the way. Yeah, there we go. Like, I like that it's only the ones that have been made that can hear it, but then the cauldron took Elaine, and then that was resolved really quickly. Azriel and Feyre, like, I'm and got it back. Like, I think actually Azriel, oh my god, I'm getting like a really weird lighting right now. Sorry, guys. Azriel and like Elaine sort of have a thing going on, and I'm just like, oh, I kind of like this relationship too. Like, they should be together because it's actually kind of adorable, but it's like, what about Lucian, Elaine? I don't know. I'm like, seriously don't even know where I stand with them, because I kind of like everything, but I kind of don't, and I'm just like, I like that Jurian and Temlin helped get them out. Like, Tamlin was just like fucking killing all these beasts, and then Feyre had to fly for the first time when he helped her, and I was just like, you redeemed yourself a smidge. You're still like down here on shit scale, but you smidged up a little bit. And Azriel and Mor crash and burn. They were the one couple I've really wanted together, and then you find out that Mor is actually a lesbian, and she does bed men, but she has female relationships with women. I was like, what? Like, that was totally thrown in there just to bring a big diversity, because I knew someone was telling me that someone had like a big diverse reveal that ruined a relationship, and I was just like, I don't think I'm ready. And for some reason, I don't know why, but I felt like it was Azriel. Like, he loved Mor, but I felt like it was going to be kind of like one of the High Lords or someone who is a male ended up being his mate or something, and that was like, oh shit, then they can't be together. But I was like, so not see that coming, and it was kind of like, I mean, yeah, we're in Feyre's head, and if Mor doesn't want you to know that she's a lesbian, we wouldn't have known, but I was still like, where did this come from? What the hell? Like, again, it was definitely chucked in there just to add some diversity, but Mor coming out and never telling anyone and having Azriel in love with her for so long, like, I feel so bad for him, because now he needs to find someone. So now I'm just like, you need Elaine in your life. You need someone. Like, fuck you, Lucia. You can go away and have Azriel happy, because if I'd rather have Azriel happy than have you happy, but it's like, you got the it was just thrown in there and a bit sad. But okay, it happened. I loved it too that when the battle started, the Weaver, the Bone Cover, and Bryaxis, which is a demon thing in the library, all came up to fuck shit up. And I was like, mate, I am ready. Then the Bone Cover, like when the cauldron started blowing shit up, and Nesta's there like screaming, Cassian! And then he came out, and Cassian again, Nelly Cassian died, and then he got the Bone Cover, and he just looks at Feyre, and I'm just like, I'm just picturing him looking like their kid, and I'm like, no, this is too sad. But I felt bad for the Bone Cover, and then the Weaver died, and everything happened. And I loved it too when they were all getting ready to die. Then like bloody 6 armies come popping in, and everyone's there, and I was like, bam, 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 everything is happening, everyone is here, like, I am in love right now. It still wasn't enough, but it gave them time. When their father came in, naming all his ships after like Feyre, Elaine, and Nesta, and I was like, mate. And then what about with Amren, how she was like, oh, we can destroy the army, and then she's like, no, we can't, yo, lol, for lols right there. But then she like broke out of herself, and I was like, yes, Amren, we're gonna find out what you are, and then we never did, and then she killed, like, that was pretty simple. Like, I mean, it was funny, like, she was like, Esther and Cassian were gonna lead the Highburn away, and then, like, Elaine just comes and stabs him in the neck, and then they chop his head off, and then he's dead, and then the war was kind of anticlimactic when everyone just kind of, like, got out of it really quickly, and I'm like, okay. And oh my god, when Rhys gave himself over to his, like, beast side, is he a Wendigo? Like, Sarah J Maas shared a photo of a Wendigo on her Pinterest a while ago, and I'm just like, is that what Rhys's beast is? Like, with the wings and the thing? Like, I think Rhys is a fucking Wendigo, okay? He is, and I accept that. And just saying, someone on Instagram made a post about Rhys dying, and I was like, shit, no, this isn't happening. But then I'm like, he wouldn't die. Like, she wouldn't kill him off. So it was like a fucking chapter later, and then it's like, oh, resurrected bitches, I'm here. And they did the same thing with Fairy, where all the High Lords did a drop, and when Tamlin wasn't gonna do it, I'm like, mate, don't you do this. You get in there and you help them. And then he did. So I was like, thank God, Tamlin, you redeemed yourself the smidge again, a little smidge. And just saying, something that really annoyed me with this finale is Sarah J Maas didn't take it far enough. Like, everyone nearly died, but no one actually died. But when Amren disappeared and Rhys was dead, like, I knew he was coming back, but I thought, that's a good enough blow. Amren's gone now, but Rhys brings her back out of the cauldron and she's alive again, and I'm just like, okay. So literally no one died except for the villain and a few minor characters. Like, I mean, I thought Sarah J Maas, like, she felt like the kind of author that would fucking kill everyone except for, like, a few. Like, half the inner circle would be dead, half the army were dead. Like, Rhys should have stayed dead, you know what I mean? Like, she didn't take it far enough, and I was a bit annoyed about that. Like, it was a pretty good finale, but I just wanted more. Like, with the companion series that's happening now, is there's going to be a different book for each couple. So there's 3 couples, hopefully, that will be in this, and I used to think it would be Elaine and Lucian, Mor and Azriel, and Cassian and Nesta, but that ain't happening. The relationships are kind of all over the place. Only person that's canon is Facen, and like, I don't even know. And another thing I want to say is, how many times did they have to say mate in this book? This son, though, I am sorry, guys. I am so sorry. This is not looking good. But how many times did they have to say mate? Like, I mean, I get it. You don't have to say it every sentence. But yeah, guys, those are all my thoughts. Pretty much chronological order of everything that I picked up that I felt was really great and important, and just, this book was great, and this video's been going for a long time, so I'm gonna have to rush to get to work after this now. But yeah, had to talk about my feels. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!